Today, the Minister of Communications, Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams, will be switching off analogue officially here in Bethlehem, and this will mean that the Eastern Free State will be beginning the digital era, because this will not only be affecting Bethlehem but also the surrounding areas. As you have said in your intro, Leanne, they have already started with the switch off in the Free State, and they will be finishing off with Bloemfontein and moving to other provinces. We do know that the deadline is 2022 March, but with me here I have Minister of Communication, Minister Stella Ndabeni, who will be switching off officially analogue here in Bethlehem. We are also joined by the SABC CEO, Madoda Mxakwe, who will be witnessing what is happening today. I will be moving out of the picture just to let the minister to do the switch off. We also have the minister, the Premier of the Free State, Sisi Ntombela, and they are doing the switch off as I'm talking right now. And this officially means that the digital era is beginning for the Eastern Free State. We have started with the switch off, and this means that, yes, we are now at the digital era. Minister Ndabeni, I'm just going to move closer to you. What does that mean for South Africa as a whole?
This is the beginning of the journey that we have committed South Africans to say it's high time that South Africans have better viewership in terms of the quality of broadcasting that we are providing, whether it's through the DTT platforms or the DTH platforms that we are responsible for. But at the same time, it means that it's great opportunity for the viewers in terms of the content that must be generated as we plan to expand the number of the channels that we have at SABC. Right now, you know, we have SABC 1, 2, 3. We are still complaining about 404 that is sitting on the other platform, but we're happy that the DTT channel also on sport gives our people an opportunity to view the sporting codes that they enjoy. And we are saying this is high time that South Africa goes digital. We do appreciate that we had teething problems, but as from now, at least we have learned, and we are promising that we're going to get better day by day.
What does that mean to residents at home, and how many set-top boxes have been installed?
Well, what it means is that, as I said earlier, now viewers have access to a high number of radio stations. As we are speaking here now in Bethlehem, we are saying that people used to have access to only the Free State allocated radio stations. Now they're going to have access to all, including Umhlobo Wenene and others that are not in the province, because all the 18 SABC radio stations are available on that DTT platform that we're talking about. But as I said, the sporting channel is also available. So it's additional content as opposed to what they used to have, but also high quality picture in terms of the broadcast capacity that we get to see. So it's a great opportunity for the people of Free State. We are aware that others are waiting, of course, impatiently in other areas, and we are promising that, as you said, by March 2022, we will ensure that we have touched every area that needs to be touched in South Africa.
What can you say to those people in the communities in the Free State and South Africa as a whole who have not moved to the digital?
Well, what I can do is to say we have 30% remaining number of households, about 100 and something here in this area that we're in Bethlehem. So we are urging them to go and register in the post office so that they can access their set-top boxes and let them be installed in a quality manner, so that they do not say after a few weeks, Minister came here, switched off, and now we do not have access to TV, or we have interference. So we are urging them to go in their numbers, to go and get registered as beneficiaries, those that qualify for the subsidy. And those for the unsubsidized market, we are saying we're engaging with the manufacturers to make sure that the set-top boxes are available in the market as soon as possible.
Now, there were challenges in the past when the Department of Communications were visiting different towns in the Free State. We will be going to those houses, and residents will be telling us that the set-top boxes are not working. Is there a plan to ensure that those boxes are working and we are not leaving people outside?
Definitely. One of the things that made us to review the installation process or the actual rollout of the DTT program was exactly because of those lessons that we have learned. Whilst we had not paid much attention in terms of the quality of installations, it is something that has messed up the progress that we try to achieve. This is why we appointed Centec, which is our signal distributor, at least with some capability of ensuring that they can check that the installers have done a quality job, because we have said one thing: we do not want to repeat the mistakes of the past. Therefore, we must get a quality assurer that must make sure that these boxes are working in a proper manner and are properly installed. And of course, as we say that, we also urging the beneficiaries to report immediately. Centec has established a call center, or if they can't get hold of the call center because it still takes too long to respond, they can then call immediately the installers themselves.
In terms of the missed deadlines in the past, obviously we can't avoid that. Initially, South Africa was saying that it will have moved to the digital by 2010, and then 2015 came, we missed the international deadline, and there were several deadlines that we set for ourselves as the country and we missed. How confident are you that this time around we are going to make it next year, March?
We are confident that if COVID does not mess us up, because the reality is that we may want to do everything in this particular time, but there are things that are beyond our control, which is why we said when we look into this project, the rollout, we must involve all the critical stakeholders, the broadcasters, the manufacturers on board, because those are the critical people. Now, if we are done with the registration of the beneficiaries and we have a quality assurer that must make sure that these things are happening, we are certain that we'll meet the deadlines. We do pray with us that COVID does not mess us up, because we understand that installations will not continue if COVID is really causing havoc in our country.
Thank you very much. That is the Minister of Communications, Minister Stella Ndabeni. I would like to bring the CEO of SABC just briefly, just to take us through what this means for the SABC. Thank you very much for joining us. Just briefly, what does this mean to the SABC?
For the SABC, this basically means increasing capacity in digital transmission networks, and it will improve the frequency of the spectrum. Essentially, we'll be able to have more channels, but secondly, it will help us from ensuring the quality of the signal, which will mitigate any issues on interference as well as picture degradation.
Thank you very much. That is the CEO of SABC. Just briefly and lastly, we are bringing in the Premier of the Free State just to say a few words about what has just happened here. Premier, thank you very much for joining us. What does this mean for the Free State, for the whole of this province?
You know what, I'm very excited. I'm just saying at long last. You know that we have been promising our people that very soon the digital will be here, but it is here now. But what makes me excited is that you know that we have our local radio station here, Dihlabe, and we have the other one, Maluti, and I'm sure by this they're going to be now a little bit faster. And what is more important is that our TV, Free State TV, I'm sure, I've just discussed with the minister, when we have already done this, then our Free State TV will be here very, very, very soon. I'm very excited and I'm very happy. Kalibu.
Thank you very much. That is the Premier of the Free State. Of course, those are the officials that have joined us here to do the official switch off. Of course, we will be going on the ground just to hear what is happening on the ground. As I have mentioned earlier on, in the past, residents have been complaining, especially those who already have set-top boxes, that they are struggling and they do not even know who to call when they experience these challenges. Leanne?
Makgala, thanks very much for that, covering the story for us out in the Free State. Makgala Masiteng.